That's right, baby. That's right. You're a host, the hardcore enforcer, Mr. California. I like to refer myself as the master of ultraviolence. And I'm here at another episode of Ultraviolent Radio as we're live, and we're gonna in a few minutes we'll have our guests on really quick. And as we talk about deathmatch wrestling, and this is the only show that talks about deathmatch wrestling, blood, guts, and the fucking violent, disgusting shit that ultraviolent deathmatch wrestling is about. So now on the show live with me, the one and only, the Prince of the deathmatches, the fearless hooligan, Neil Diamond Cutter. Are you there, brother, with me?
Yeah, I'm here, man. Hey, everybody out there in radio internet land, I guess.
There it is, Neil Diamond. Is it correct? You are the first ever IWA-MS first ever Prince of the deathmatches. Is that correct, brother?
Yeah. Ian came up with this crazy idea of doing a kind of a who's who of new guys that are wanting to get into death matches and trying to get into King of Death, and for some reason decided to give me a qualifier match, got into it, and just by my lucky stars, just made it by the skin on my teeth.
That's great. You know what, man? I know who you are, but I've seen some of your matches. I own the Prince of the Deathmatches DVD. I got it from Smart Mark Video. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen you there. You know, I know you have two other brothers, the hooligans. You know what I mean? I know who the hooligans are. And but it seems like they always pick on you, brother. What's up with that, man? You're like the Spike Dudley of the crew. What's going on with that, man? Can you tell me what's up with that? Or what, you know what I mean?
The only thing I can really say is that I'm just a different kind of breed of hooligan. I guess I'm the nicer one of them. I don't hold grudges or anything like that. I try to be as nice and respectful as possible, and they just feel like going out and beating someone up. That's how they make a statement, and I'm a nice guy. That's how I make a statement. You
know what it reminds me of, brother? It reminds me like the Dudley Boys and Spike Dudley. That's what it reminds me when I see you guys, the hooligans. You know what I mean? The family of the hooligans. You're like the tough play one. And actually, not to disrespect the hooligans. You know what I mean? They're cool guys. I know them. They're cool guys. But I think you're the top one of the hooligans of the hooligan family. You know what I'm saying? You're good, brother. You can go, man. I've seen your matches. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I like to think of it like this. I'm better at the singles matches because I'm better because that's what I do. But as far as like tag team work, they are the better group I see in this country. I'm just trying to make my way up that scale, man. They are making it by storm, and I'm just kind of making my way as I can.
Yeah, and I know you're new to the deathmatch scene, brother, but I mean you picked it up really quick, man. You had some bloody battles with at the Prince of the Deathmatches, and you also entered the King of the Deathmatches. I know you won the Prince of the Deathmatches. I know Ian Rodden. You know whoever won the Prince of the Deathmatches got an open spot at the King of the Death. But let's go back in the beginning, man, of this. Who trained you and where you came from, man? You know what I mean? Where you trained at?
Well, when I first started getting trained and all that, I actually trained with a bunch of guys from LWA. I think they go by St. Louis Wrestling Anarchy now. Yeah. They're at Smart Mark now too, so you'll see them on there. But I trained with a bunch of those guys when I first started going out, and money issues came up, and I had issues with my family and stuff, so I had to leave that group. And I ended up just kind of working around places, and I was actually ready to throw in the towel and be like, I'm done with wrestling. And I went up and did a seminar with Ian, and he invited me back up to kind of learn more and more as I can and see kind of where things go. And that's where I really, really got into the business aspect of wrestling, and now my passion is full board onto the death matches at the moment.
Yeah, and talking about the death match, see, man, I seen the Prince of the Death matches. You wrestled John Moxley, a guy, CZW heavyweight champion, brother, right now as we speak. And he's not really a death match guy, but he's not a stranger to the death match scene because he's been in TOD. You know what I'm saying? A couple like 2 TODs that I've seen, and how was that match, with John Moxley? Even though he does the straight shoot wrestling. You know what I mean? He don't really do death matches. How'd you feel?
Well, actually, both times I've faced John Moxley has been in death matches.
Oh, really?
The first time I actually faced him, I was tagging with the Hooligans, and it was Sami Callihan, John Moxley, and Mickey Knuckles.
Okay,
and that was a Taipei death match. And at the very end of it, Sami was holding me between his legs, holding my head up to hold barbed wire in front of my face, and then Mickey just walked up and kicked me right in the face with the barbed wire. And that's one of the last things they did to me right before they pinned me and beat us.
Oh.
But the second time facing John one-on-one was very interesting. He was drinking all night. He thought this was going to be a cakewalk and just kind of drank all night, not thinking anything of it. And we had a Kurt Hennig drinking Taipei deathmatch.
Yeah.
A long, long deathmatch title. But every 2 minutes you have to take a shot. And we were taking shots of Jack Daniels.
Oh,
and,
wow. Heavy shit.
Yeah, it made me a little lightheaded after the first shot, so I kind of waited till the referee wasn't looking and John wasn't looking, and I poured out the second two shots.
No,
but
there, buddy. There you go. You got to do what you got to do to get over it, man. And I feel you, man.
Yeah, I was just trying to make it as far as I could, and I wanted to be sober to face him. So, and good thing I didn't drink those shots because he ended up doing an airplane spin and actually passed out from it, and that's how I won the match.
And then you went out to wrestle. Then you went out to wrestle Cal Thread. Is that right? Formerly known as OMG.
Yes, that was very interesting as well. That match was an unlucky 13 fishhook death match.
Oh, staple dollar bills to your body parts. I know exactly what that match is, man. Oh,
no,
wow.
we did it with fishhooks.
Oh, you staple fishhooks to your body?
Oh, we didn't staple them. We stabbed each other with them.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So that's actually a new what do you call it, style, brother. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, I haven't quite gone to the horror movie type death matches yet, but I'm sure I'll get there eventually.
Okay, and after you defeated Cal Thread, you went on to the finals, didn't you?
Yeah, I actually faced Marcus Crane in a what is it called? A Ultimate X barbed wire, no ropes death match.
Okay.
And it was a no rope barbed wire match with the Ultimate X made out of barbed wire.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was out there. And that whole match was crazy.
Yeah.
I will say this, Marcus Crane is one of the craziest people I've ever met, ever. That's saying something.
And you defeated him, and then you became the Prince of the Deathmatches, huh? After beating him.
Yeah, we had to grab a contract from the middle of the X, and I ended up pretty much knocking out Marcus Crane with a headbutt, and grabbed it, ripped it off, won the match, and the hooligans came out and applauded me, and then just turned their back on me and walked away. So they kind of pooped on my shining moment.
Oh, there you go. But still, you are the first ever in history, and forever will be, the 2010 Prince of the Deathmatches. Man, you should be proud of that, brother. You know what I mean?
I'm very proud of it.
Much respect to you, brother. I know you haven't been in the business for a long time, but you're accomplishing a lot. And I know, I see on the internet, on your Facebook account, and you're online, everywhere, that you enter in the Carnage Cup, man. Carnage Cup 7, man. Is that correct?
Yes. I will be going to Carnage Cup on February 26th of this year. That's going to be a very interesting tournament.
Yeah, no, I've seen a couple of Carnage Cups. I actually wrestled a couple guys off of the Carnage Cup. Hey, who do you have as your first opponent in the first round, brother? If you can tell us.
I've got David Day in a Pits of Hell, light tubes, and ladders death match.
Oh, there you go, man. Now it's all about light tubes, man. You like the light tubes, huh?
Oh yeah, man. Ever since my match with Wax, I've been crazy about doing light tubes.
Yeah, actually, I've seen that 2010 King of Death, brother. You know, actually available on Smart Mark videos to all the fans that are listening to us. And I know you got didn't you get 2 gashes on your forearm, or what were they? I know it was on your arms, man. I taped up.
I actually got 2 real bad cuts on my elbows, one on each elbow, and they got gashed pretty good, and that's why you see me all kind of taped up weird when I was out there for my third match, because I duct taped my hands myself, or my elbows.
Really? And I know you wrestled Devin Moore in a dog collar barbed wire death match. I've seen that.
Yeah. I really wish I had more energy in that match. I know that was kind of when you watch that match, it's kind of sad because you can tell I'm just out of energy. But I never give up. I just keep trucking.
That's why you're the fearless hooligan, my man. You're one tough little motherfucker, man. You're not a big guy, my man, but you are one tough little motherfucker. And I got mad respect for you, man, for what you're doing, man. You know what I mean?
I just try to go out there and endure as much as I can for the fans' sake, so then they can get their money's worth.
So if you could tell the fans out here, the Ultraviolent fans, the Deathmatch fans that are listening with us, tonight. Well, how many years you been wrestling now, man? What, 2 years, 3 years?
About 2.5 would probably be a good range to say.
Okay. So going back to Carnage Cup, my man. What do you expect? You think you're gonna take this one, man? Like you did Prince of the Deathman, or what's your opinion? What do you think? Who's in it? Who's actually in it? I think I heard Mr. Sadie, Toby Klein's in it, and who's the other guys that are gonna be in it?
Let's see. There's Dave, Viper, Wax. I believe they just announced T.J. Phillips. He won Brink of Death last year.
I know Brink of Death. Ballistic Championship Wrestling.
I think there's a Saw match. I know that, and that has John Rare and Spider Brubrow. I think is how you pronounce the name.
Yeah, I know who he is. He wrestles for IWA-MS Prince. I actually seen him in a couple of matches. Yeah. So what do you? Also, Danny Havoc from Combat Zone Wrestling is going to be in it. Is that correct?
Yeah. He won Carnage Cup a few years ago, and he won TOD 7. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with in this tournament. He's always going to the finals of every deathmatch tournament I've seen him in. That dude is just a diehard.
To correct you right there, Neil Diamond, he actually won 2008 Carnage Cup, brother. I actually seen that, and in the finals. 2008? Yeah, it was 2008 Carnage Cup. That's what he won.
I said a few years ago, so you can't hold it against me.
Yeah, I'm not putting you down, man. I'm just saying. I know. I'm just saying. All right, brother. So we're breaking down here, man. Because we only have just a 30-minute show, man. It's not a long show, so it was a pleasure having you. Hey, good luck at the Carnage Cup 7, and give out your information, brother. Like your Facebook, MySpace, so people can reach you or get you booked up. Maybe we get you booked somewhere, anytime soon.
Yeah. Just look for Neil Cutter. That's me. You'll see my bloody back on the main profile pic.
So it's Facebook / Neil Cutter on the thing, or you don't have an address on it?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, and you have a MySpace too, don't you?
Yeah, but who goes on MySpace anymore?
You're fucking right, man. That is fucking right. All right, brother. Well, you know what? It was a pleasure having you on, man. Hopefully, maybe we'll bring you back on after Carnage Cup. See what happened, man. Maybe you won it, man. We'll be looking for you, man. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, man. I look forward to it.
Thank you for coming on, man. It was a pleasure having you, brother. The fearless hooligan, the Prince of the Deathmatches. And we'll talk to you next time, man. You know what I mean? Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one out there, guys.
All right. And that was the fearless hooligan, Neil Diamond, on with us. And hey, you know what? It was a good interview with him. He's the Prince of the Deathmatches, and the 2010 Prince of the Deathmatches. He almost, in my opinion, he could have won the 2010 King of the Deathmatches, man. This guy's fearless, man. Like his name says, he's the fearless hooligan, man. He got some good moves on him, you know what I mean? And maybe sometime we'll see him out here in California. We'll see what happens, you know what I mean? Or we'll see him around the world, maybe in Japan, Big Japan Pro Wrestling. They do a lot of death matches. I'm a side out there, Jukusa. And, so it was good having the Prince of the Deathmatch. Like I told you, this show is all about deathmatch wrestling, ultraviolent wrestling. We're a little bit different from Awesome Bomb Fight Radio. Awesome Bomb is fucking the greatest show in Box Talk Radio history, period. You know what I mean? And to me, it's actually, Sensei, the host of Awesome Bomb Fight Radio. We had amazing guests on it, you know what I mean? But I think this is the opposite of Awesome Bomb Fight Radio. Ultraviolent Radio is all about deathmatch wrestling, blood, guts, and gore, you know what I mean? It's all about just the deathmatch scene. So we're going to have a lot of guests coming up, in the near future. I know we have next week, we have the vicious one, the CEO of Hardcore, Vic Grimes, on with us next week. You know what I mean? He was an awesome bomb. Actually, the 2010, in 2010 he was one of the last episodes of the year. He was on with Awesome Bomb from Radio with me, myself, and Tensei. He was on for with a crazy interview about New Jack. He's talking about drug dealers. He was a drug dealer gimmick he had in WWE, WWF back in the days. And, it was a good interview. He even told us he trained Kurt Angle, man. That was actually incredible. I didn't even know about that. And so we had him on, and we're going to have him on next week. You know what I mean? So, but actually we're going to take, we're going to go away from the New Jack and the feuds he had, and we're going to talk about his death matches in XPW. You know what I mean? Like his death matches against Supreme, his death matches against, I think it was Snuff or something, the wannabe tool of, he had actually a Pickle Girl Sports Arena when he had like a light tube match with them, sick match he had with them. And also when he was in I think it was the second annual King of the Death Matches, for XPW, when he actually went all the way to the finals. All the way to the finals he went when he wrestled the Messiah in the finals, and he actually lost. The Messiah won that tournament. You know what I mean? So it was crazy. And also I got some news here on Ultraviolent Radio. Because I know we got a few minutes left. Look it up. All right, Facebook /TheXWW Pro. Oh, you can look it at MySpace /TheXWW. Like the Fearless Hooligan said, he's not really on MySpace. A lot of people are not, but you can still look it up. We are going to have, in April. I ain't going to